Well, hello there, Dragon family. Happy Tuesday. Was feeling like, oh, I'm going to go live. Looked down at my clock and it was 1:11. I thought, how perfect is that? I love that perfect timing too, because I literally just finished sending out all the emails for my group starting next week. The new Quantum Flight group is an amazing gathering of souls and very specific work coming in both for them to receive and to give as a group. I always love how that unfolds, because when I first conceived of the programs, I didn't know that would be a big part of it. And yet every year, every group has had a very specific gift that they bring to the expansion for all of us. So super excited that that is coming up. And what I didn't know, this is very, very fun. One of them emailed me and made me aware that the 17th next week, when we start, is a partial lunar eclipse here in the States. And I thought, wow, okay, we're starting on a lunar eclipse. There's always these amazing lineups when I don't pay attention to that stuff necessarily. It comes across my plate at the right time. And then I realize, like, oh, no wonder I felt the synchronicity of starting then or whatever. So we're starting in the energy of a partial lunar eclipse next week for the group. And we'll see how that unfolds. And if you have been sort of feeling like, wow, that group, am I ready for it? Is it what I'm supposed to be doing? It's always based on a heart call because of the way that I set up the sphere and send the heart pulse out. But if you've been sort of feeling it like, oh, I don't know, and maybe you've been feeling it and sort of like, I'm hesitant, it's because there's big growth waiting for you there. And when we're most resistant, pay attention to that the most, because that's what you really need to push through, or like just go, all right, I hear you, I say yes. So anyway, if you're curious or feeling that and want to do the application, we can still get you in starting next week. Just send me an email, araya@dragonwithin.com. We'll make a connection happen before next Tuesday if you're meant to be part of this sphere. So with that coming up, what is the energy this week? I thought it very interesting. I felt really called to keep Diamond Dragon there. But this one shifted out for me today, and feeling all the ones around, it was like, the union state, the black and white, the polarized fields coming together. And I find that interesting because they do link up, like when the unified energy comes back in, it goes into crystalline and then on up towards diamond. So, feeling what's interesting for me, and I'll have you guys tap in for yourselves, is this week is like a calm before a storm. It's not that the program is going to be a storm or anything, but it's like this week seems to be very, very quiet energetically. Might still be a lot going on externally or things to do in our distraction of 3D, but there's a calmness, I think, is what I feel. That's just really allowing things to be very much in flow, but it's like a quiet flow. You know, sometimes your flow is rambling over the rapids, like, whoa, man, I'm enjoying this and I'm flowing and going and here and there. And other times it's this smooth, like taking the bends in the river and just finding your way, meandering here and there. And it feels sort of like that for me. So I'd be curious if you guys are feeling that as well. And I think it would be fun today. And hello, Diane, up in Canada land. Somebody I've heard recently say that, up in that beautiful area, North Montreal. Nice to see you. I know that you're listening and always have to have it translated. So I love when my French listeners at least try to come and catch what they can, because it's all about the energy, really, right? We're here to share the energy of what's happening, and the words are part of the distraction, really. If you open your heart and just listen, you're going to get everything that gets shared. And I always laugh, you know, in my sessions, I've had guides come in, one in particular who is the Dragon King, his name is Jimla. And years ago, he laughed and he said, do you realize that if you sat with someone for your 75 minutes in your session and just shared the energy and really, really focused on the energetics, so much more would transpire than trying to get all the words to go with it. And I laughed. I said, 100%, I know that, but the human aspect of ourselves that is trying to grow and evolve and see where those little breadcrumbs are that lead us forward, those mental pieces really help. So anyway, good to see you. There's Elijah. Let's go ahead and pull a card for today. And see, I'll be so curious if just shuffling, this is what I do. I go through and shuffle, and then I feel where the deck it wants to split. I'll be so curious. I'll laugh out loud. Actually, I'll be laughing out loud if the black and white merging dragons come together. So let's just feel the energy that wants to speak to everyone that's going to be receiving this, both now on the call with me and as a playback, because the majority of our group goes out with the playback now. And I feel this dragon over here breaking open. It's this one. This one. Okay, I'm still laughing out loud because there's our diamond dragon. I knew he wanted to stay in the picture. I always love that. You know, you can't beat perfection. Divinity is perfection. When we align to it, magic happens. So let's talk about the diamond dragon, and this being the I feel like that's part of that synthesis, that smoothing, that bending through the river and just flowing. So it's about amplification, clarity, and reflection. And oh, not amplification, sorry. I don't have my glasses on. Appreciation, clarity, and reflection. Now that's very interesting, because that alone, the word appreciation to me matches so directly with this energy of being in this softer flow, this softer energy of what's here, what's now, what is in front of me in this moment. And that appreciation is taking that stroll, taking that meandering route to really hone in on a focused connection to it, whether it's a connection to the silence, a connection to yourself, just really, really appreciating these moments. And I'm being appreciated right now. I don't know if you can see my little dragon kitty. Here's Dragon Kitty is here. This is Arthur. He is my dragon kitty. I do have a lion kitty too. But I'm getting some appreciation from him. He has had an eye injury, or an abscess over his eye, for about 3 days now. And we've been soaking it in warm compresses to get it to open so that the pus drains and heals. And he was really struggling. I think it affected his ability to have much energy. He was laying low, hiding sort of in his hidey hole, and sort of not around. And he's feeling better. It's finally going down. The swelling's going down and it's healing. So he's now in that process of, oh, I'm going to come back to my routine. I'm going to come back and just love on mom, because my dragon mama loved on me and got me what I needed to heal. And so he even was back in his snuggly spot for bed last night, which was great. So hi, everybody from Arthur. So do you want to say hi to everybody? There. We'll just show everybody Arthur. There's the dragon kitty. And you can see his big eye all swollen where the hair doesn't cover it. All right. So let's talk about the diamond dragon a little more. So with appreciation, clarity, and reflection, that whole meandering soft journey. And I love that I've been given the space this week to have more of that before I dive into the program next week. But the other piece, the other key word is purity. A raw diamond's natural form is a perfect octahedral Merkaba. We look upon diamonds as the purest gem, the epiphany of the best, the highest, the clearest. Indeed, our diamond state is all of that. In the ascension process, we move through all of the releasing of our occlusions or faults. First, accessing our crystalline state, and eventually shifting beyond to the diamond perfection. The diamond dragon presents today to remind you of this, your original and true state, so that you may see reflected in her eyes the raw beauty of yourself. Let all of the facets of her surface reflect back to you from every angle. You might perceive it as a past self or a future self. Both are true. When we remember ourselves, it becomes easier to see and release the occlusions and faults, the trauma and lessons. Time to sit and appreciate your gifts. If you can't see them, let the diamond dragon work with you until you can. What a beautiful message, and so aligned with this sense, as I keep saying, of meandering, of really sitting in that field of gentle flow, the appreciation of everything around you, appreciation of your gifts. And what I find is when I'm in that flow, I'm able to see and recognize not only my gifts, but my passions and my joys more. And that's really what that diamond state is. And I think this is why the black and the white energy wanted to be present as well, because it's coming into that merge. It's bringing those polarized fields of our realm into that singular place where paradox can still exist. Both sides of the coin still exist. There's still truth in both sides, but they don't polarize way out. And it's in that joining that we move into the crystalline field, as I said before. And that's what steps us up and readies us to be that full diamond. So just allowing those energies to speak to you this week. If you don't know how to call the diamond dragon in, it's in the book. It's one of the mantras in the book with the whole description. The soundtrack that goes along with it is a great way to just play it in the background and have it on looping, so that however long you want to stay in your meditative space, sitting with that crystal dragon, it's going to be looping in the background and adding that energy, because that's what all the tracks on the CD that comes with the book do. They are there to support the energetic sphere to call forth that dragon, that energetic vibration. That's how they were recorded, with that intention. That's what they are meant to do. And so benefit from those. If you've got the book and haven't been using those, really take advantage and see how it enhances that state, because it's all vocal and instrumental. It's the mantra, it's the breath that's holding that space for you. So hopefully that brought a little insight, hi Londa, for your energy this week and seeing where that aligns. And maybe if you're feeling a little bit chaotic, maybe you're a little distracted in 3D and you're not able to be as much in your flow, as much in your more merged state as you want to be, that's your direct sign. Like, take the time out, stop and appreciate, try to find that reflection point and allow yourself to see it. So just a short, quick message today. I wanted to come touch in. I think I realized at the end of the week that last week got away from me. So here we are, just touching in. It's been probably 10 days or so, but I am here and always here. If you have questions, you can email them in. I haven't had a lot of questions come in lately, which makes me know that all the information on the YouTube channel is really being effective with all the questions. I told you guys, I was pretty excited maybe, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Hit 400 videos uploaded on the YouTube channel for you guys to benefit from. So if you are always here in Facebook catching this, go to the YouTube channel and go back and scroll through all the past lives, because you'll see headlines of questions, or even the older meditations. They're still useful, especially on the bigger solstice and eclipse meditations that we've done. So benefit from all of that. It's out there as information for you to use and benefit from and listen to over and over again until you get that concept or understand that next piece. So super excited. I will see you guys next week, probably not on Tuesday because I'm going to be starting the group, but we'll see. I never know when it's going to be. And as I said, if you're feeling any call at all or curiosity about the Quantum Flight program that kicks off next week, it's 8 weeks of wonder and magic and literally quantum leaps every week. I design it to actually have a week off in the middle to integrate, because we're moving so fast and furious through these vibrational initiations, and all the information that gets shared is years and years of gathered information from the dragons and honed into the most relevant for right now with our ascension protocol with the and that's actually part of the all the information that will be in the next book or leading to that. I finally started getting it down on paper, and hey, speaking of which, there's one of those that is possibly part of that sphere. So looking forward to that. I will see you guys sometime next week. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate my dragon family. And if there's questions that I can answer for you, please send an email. Yes, haha, the Diamond Dragon. And we pulled that card. I know you popped on late there, but that was also the card we pulled. So double whammy on the Diamond Dragon and all the information I talked about with that, how it affects the energies this week. All right. Big giant dragon hug to you guys. If you ever meet me in person, you're going to get a dragon hug in person. They are amazing. And they started way back in Egypt when I was first activated into my dragon and was on my first international trip with a group. And everybody they met got a dragon hug. They're like, wow, that was amazing. So hopefully you get one of those one day. All right. Good to see you, Liz. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.